Welcome to Papa West's Adventures. Every year, we drive up to South Fork, Colorado for what we call the Fall Colors 4x4 trip. This trip always includes the first full weekend in October when the aspen trees start to turn their golden colors. Good morning, everybody. This is September 29th. We drove up from New Braunfels, Texas to South Fork, Colorado, and then on up into the Rio Grande National Forest. We're at a location called Million Lake. We camped out here overnight. Just set up in the Jeeps, and it's like 7 a.m. Taking a hike down to the lake for the first time this year, see what's going on. We had so many elk in the area last night. They were bugling all around us. And I'm hoping to get lucky and maybe see something down here by the water. So I see a beaver out there. So I'm going to try to zoom in. Okay, there's a pole with a box on it just to the left and a little bit above that. Right there. Not sure what he's doing. Just kind of sitting in one spot. That's a pretty deep spot there, so no, it's not. He saw me. He's swimming around. But yeah. There's a beaver out there. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Looks like he's chewing. Maybe he's got a log or something. I'm going to pan around the lake. I don't see anything, any deer. It's a little bit of a mist. It's not a big lake. And that beaver went under. He'll come back up. There's a fire there 8 or 9 years ago, something like that. But the aspen are coming back. They're all yellow. Jeeps are back up the hill that way. It's probably 20-something degrees right now. Oh, beaver came back up. Swimming across the lake from your left to your right, dead center of the screen. After the hike around the lake and back to the campsite to make ready for the traveling for the day, we had our breakfast and then started heading up to where we planned on setting up camp for 4 or 5 days, which is up near a lake called Swally Lake. Alright, so we are headed up to Swally Lake, and as soon as I get down here I'll tell you what Forestry Service Road number this is. But we went up and checked. So Camille took her Jeep up there, and then I ran the ATV up there to make sure that everything was good. Okay, so it's Forest Service Road 374. This is off of Park Creek Road. And so I'm going to be driving this Jeep with the trailer and headed up there. And then we're going to camp out by a lake. So this Forest Service Road is really not that difficult to go up. It's just that it's narrow and it's pretty steep, and there are a few places to pull over if somebody were coming, but we wanted to make sure that on the way up we would not run into anyone. Yeah, so there's the lake. So we're at right at 10,000 feet here. Out of the mud.
Hi, Daddy.
Alright, so we are here at Swally Lake, which is right out there. This is the narrow end. The dammed up part of it's down at the other end. But there's a camp spot down here. It's a dead end road. Got a huge mountain meadow over there. We can go hiking in. We got a fire ring right here already set up. Okay, so it's Sunday morning and it rained all night, pretty heavy, but now we're getting huge snowdrift or snowflakes coming down. It's was it about 8 o'clock, something like that in the morning. 8:43. So today's the day we were gonna break camp here and relocate, and of course now everything is soaking wet.
Even inside the tent.
Yeah, it's so this is our home. Yeah. Let's see, so what all kinds of animals did we're not sure. It could have been a wolf. I don't think it was a coyote. Didn't sound like that, but there was one right across the valley, right back off over here. We also had a mule deer. And then we heard elk off in the distance. We didn't see them up close. And then the typical chipmunks and blue jays. So about 8 o'clock in the morning, the snow finally stopped. It cleared up enough for us to pack up. We drove out and headed back towards South Fork to Beaver Creek Road, and then we made our way up to our new camp. So the new campsite was located just off of Beaver Creek Road. It's also called Beaver Creek Camp, and that's Forest Service Road 360. It's quite a bit closer to town and about 1,000-foot elevation difference. So we're now down around the 9,000 foot. It's a great place to camp. We absolutely had nobody else there. There were a few cars occasionally, but that was it. As soon as we arrived, our guard puppies went into overdrive. There were so many chipmunks and other ground squirrels, other things. So today is day 7 of our camping up here in Colorado, up in the mountains. Camille's over there making some hot dogs. She got up about 5 minutes ago. It's noon or something like that.
At least half an hour ago.
Oh, half hour ago. Okay.
It was after 11 when I got up though.
Okay. Anyway, she's making hot dogs over there, and we got one more night here. And so we had a couple of trees that somebody else had cut down, or they blew down, not really sure, but somebody had started cutting on them. Drug them over here, got the chainsaw out, and made firewood for tonight. We got one more night of campfire. So we got our kindling, smaller logs, bigger logs, and then a whole bunch of other loose kindling limbs. It's been raining off and on, not real super hard. A couple of days ago we had some hail. Well, actually, we had hail yesterday coming back from the lake.
We've had hail several times.
Yeah, and then we had snow one day. We've had rain off and on, and then blue skies. It just really changes a lot. It's been overcast all morning. Right there, that's the extent of the sun that we've had today. Wind just picked up, as you can tell by the smoke. And then here comes the rain.
Yeah, I can see it moving across.
Yeah, it's coming in. We got rain coming from back over there, coming our way. But we've got guard dogs. There's Dakota. They've got a chipmunk or squirrel or something up in one of those trees. They've had it up there for hours. So Dakota's there, Zena's here. But we were going to go ATVing. Now I think we're going to wind up staying in camp. So this is camp.
Yeah, it's all my fault. I slept too late.
This is camp life. So on the last night of our camping, standing by the fire, I was watching the stars in the skies. Over a period of an hour, I saw the International Space Station, 31 satellites, untold number of airplanes, and at least 10 different meteorites or shooting stars. So after 8 days of roughing it out in the woods, it was time for us to break camp. So we had to take everything down, spread it out, clean it, pack it up, and get it ready to move to our cabin back down in South Fork. Friday was the day we were moving from camping to cabin life, so we made our way down to Chinook Cabins and RV Park, a place we've been staying at for years. We stayed in a cabin called Fort Wilderness, and we met up with our other friends that came in, and they stayed in some of the other cabins around us. ridden up to the Continental Divide at an elevation of about 12,800 feet. We saw a storm coming across the valley, and unfortunately we knew it was going to cut us off. And as we kept riding, we got caught in a hailstorm that was mixed with a little bit of snow, but most of it was hail. And needless to say, we didn't have the right kind of clothes for this. Want me to turn it sideways or just...
I can get off.
picking up